right, thank you everybody for joining us today for our webinar about Microsoft Teams. Before we get started on the topic of the day, just a little introduction on myself and our company. I'm Mike Auger, and I've been with Intelice Solutions for 7 years. Intelice Solutions is a managed service provider in the DC metro area, and we provide support and services for our clients, both locally as well as coast to coast, and even support some clients internationally. In addition to providing managed services, we also provide hosting services for our clients in our data centers throughout the country and ERP solutions for our financial clients. My role here at Intelice Solutions is account manager, and I work with our clients to help them leverage technology to meet their business goals. So enough about me. Today's topic of the day is Microsoft Teams. So what we're going to do is take a look at Teams and what it is, and how you can use it at your organization. We'll include channels, chats, files, and we'll take a look at how you can schedule meetings and use some other integration to make your teams more productive. What can I do in Teams? I get that question. It's what is it? What can I do? Microsoft Teams is a chat-based workspace for people to come together and collaborate, to provide for an experience for people to have conversations and content with all the tools they need to work together. So Microsoft noticed that people are not working the same as they used to. People are not just coming into the office from 9 to 5. People are working remotely. People are working mobilely. And Microsoft wanted to provide an environment where everybody in a team could work together and put all their documents, files, and everything together to be more productive. They built it because of the opportunity of people, the way that they work, and wanted to provide a flexible environment to make everything visible, integrated, and accessible to teams so they could work. So what is Teams and why would I use it? Microsoft Teams is a messaging application for teams where all conversations, meetings, and files and notes can be accessed by everyone in a team all in one place. It's really that hub for people to work together, and it provides the security you need and the collaboration for real-time communication to happen, where you can put your files, documents, and content all in one place. For the team sites, when you get started, you'll notice that there's a basic template with 3 standard tabs for conversations, files, and a wiki, and those are the primary building blocks for any team to get started. Here at Intelice, I'm part of our ICE team, and you can see right there the conversations, files, and wikis, and how I would use them. Now, beyond the basic teams, there's channels which we'll use. Each team has the ability to create channels, and the teammates can create them themselves about specific conversations and specific topics that they find useful. Each team sets its own channels, and those are really the focused areas. So everybody will have not only a general channel, but a more specific channel, like you'll see here for marketing, where you'll put your own conversations and files in that specific area, and the teams can decide what's important to them. It can be a specific project, it can be personal, it can be whatever the team wants and whatever the team thinks is going to be the best way for them to collaborate and act together. And that's where they'll put their files. If you decide you want to be part of that specific channel, everybody is part of the general channel, but you can add a favorite and follow any of the other ones, such as the marketing overview, just by clicking on the star to follow. If you don't want to follow them, you have the option to click the star and not be a part of that, so you don't see anything that you don't need. First and foremost, when you're getting started, Microsoft Teams provides a chat space for everybody to put their information and for the team to talk back and forth about topics of the day, projects, whatever they feel is important to that team. So in this situation, you'll see somebody could be having a chat. They're starting a new document and want to see if anybody in the team has already started one. So if I put that question in with my team, other people can click on there and say, yeah, you know what? I have that document, let me get it to you. And they add that right in the file spot right there or within the chat, and it brings that up so the team can be more productive. The team conversations are by default visible to the entire team, but there is the availability for you to have a one-to-one conversation if you want to go that route. Additionally, you can add your own personality to the chats. You can put in emojis, GIFs, whatever to kind of personalize it and make it a nicer environment for the team to have that personalized feel. So as a hub for the teamwork, Microsoft uses Teams to bring everybody together, to use the tools that you're already using a lot of times, whether it's Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, and puts it all in one place, built on SharePoint, OneNote, and additional applications such as Planner and Power BI. So it's all backed by Microsoft, and it's the same use and feel that people are used to working within Microsoft Office 365. So it's a comfortable environment, and it's easy for people to move naturally from one collaboration tool to another, but to stay right within that Teams environment. Now, since teams are each unique, every team has its own needs. Every team is going to have its own look and feel. You can customize each tab for the team to work within. So as you can see here, the tabs are what's important to that team, and that team will select the tabs that they add and remove and how they operate. Microsoft Teams has the ability to interact and integrate with other applications and third-party applications such as Twitter, but a huge one that I want to talk about is Planner. Planner is a way that you can not only have that chat and store your files, but you can track the work that people are doing, and it's all easily through the customizable tabs. So here, if we look at it with a single click, you can create a new plan through Planner and build a team, assign tasks, and update the status of each project in a few easy steps. If you look at this, you can see the to-dos, which are things that are scheduled for individuals within the group to achieve. And it's really easy to tell what has been accomplished and what hasn't with the checkbox. And you can also see the work in progress and what the next steps are. Now, Planner was built on Kanban technology and has 3 basic principles, which are visualize what you do today through the workflow, where you can see what's going on. It also lets you see the work in progress to know what is coming up and what may be on task or what's behind schedule. And lastly, it has that workflow to allow for when individual tasks are accomplished, it highlights the next one, and you can really get that feel for how the team is working and how the team is able to achieve its goals for a project or any specific task, really. Now, it should be noted that Planner is separate from Teams, but it is available through many of the Microsoft Office 365 plans, and Teams is available through many plans, including the Business Premium model and Business Essentials model, as well as the Enterprise plans. Next, I want to talk about meetings, because when people are working in teams, they make it very easy for you to not only schedule a meeting for the future, but also you may be in that chat and you have a bunch of people coming together and talking about a specific issue, a problem, or an opportunity, and you want to meet right now. Everybody's chiming in. It's a really hot topic. So Teams allows you the ability to click on that video icon, and you can get started with a meeting right then, right there, without stepping outside of the Teams environment to schedule it. Now, it does require the download of the desktop application. If you try to click on it and you don't have that downloaded, it's going to give you an error. So I want to make sure people are aware that you do have to download the desktop application for that to work. But once you do, and you click on the video icon, it brings up a start your meeting window, and you add your subject, you click meet now, and then you're meeting with your team in real time, and people can join in. They know the topic, and they say, yes, I have input, I'd like to join this meeting, and right away you have people in an impromptu meeting talking about that hot topic, so you can be more productive and address it right away. Now, it's not always available for people to hop on right away, so you can also schedule meetings, and we'll get into that. But this video conferencing, as you can see, is a great feature where people come together, and it integrates Skype for the video calls so everybody can join that meeting. As I said, if it doesn't make sense to schedule that meeting right now in real time, you can always schedule a meeting for the future. Here you can see I have a meeting where I can schedule it right here just by clicking on schedule a meeting. And when I do that, it's going to bring up the next window where we have that regular feel that we're used to of scheduling a meeting. We put in our time, we put in our meeting title. If you look to the right-hand side where it says select the channel to meet in, that's where you'll add that team. So you already have whatever team you want to include in this meeting. You select them right there, and you can invite more people within your organization if you need to. and you can add files and put anything you want to in that meeting. You can also schedule it as a repeat meeting if your team wants to meet about this topic over several different times. Now, to further with the meeting, if you want to share your agenda, once again, you can stay right within the team's environment and just upload that agenda. When you do, you put it in the wiki, put it in the files right there, and you have that meeting agenda for your team to track and say, hey, what did we do last week? What do we do next week? All those meeting agendas will be right there for anybody to see and anybody to add to the agenda. It's also really easy within Teams to add your files. So it's a sharing environment. So if you have a file that you've already created, say that person said, does anybody have this? And you're the person who says, yes, I created a plan for that. Let me share it with the team. I can come here and drag and drop my document right into the files where now my coworker can get that right away. But a good feature is if you don't have that file already created, you don't have to go outside of the Teams tab. You can click right there within that Teams tab and click New, and right there you can start a Word document, Excel spreadsheet, whatever you need to, and start working right there. So it's good for the agenda if you want to add notes. If you want to put anything else in there, not having to go outside to Word or Excel, create the file, save it, come back here and save it in. You can operate all within the Teams environment. Now, a big question and a big topic right now is security. And with Microsoft Office 365, people have come to expect secure environments. So Teams does provide the advanced security and compliance capabilities that Office 365 provides through encrypted data in transit as well as at rest. In addition to that, Microsoft Teams supports many compliance standards that Office 365 security normally does, and you can check the Microsoft website if you have specific questions on any security and compliance that applies to your organization. In addition to security, the ability to work on the go is another hot topic and something that we touched on before with the workforce being distributed. So Microsoft Teams is available to run on practically any device in Windows, Apple, and Android environments. You can download the mobile app, and then people on the go can work mobilely. People can work from their desktop app or from the web version, and everybody will all have access to the same information in real time to share what's important for them. As you can see, you can download the mobile app right here for your desktop or mobile device. Actually, this came as a recommendation from TBot, which we'll get into next as a helpful resource. So when you first get started with Teams, you'll notice that TBot will pop up as one of your chats and conversations. At first, it may seem a little annoying or like, is this information really useful? Well, I found the download right there as a recommendation from TBot, and TBot also has answers to frequently asked questions and videos to provide you a quick way to get started and provide useful information. If you get to the point down the road where you've been in the Teams environment, you've shared your files, you're working, you have your channels, and you're operating the way you need to, you can always turn off TBot at any time, and you won't get those notifications if you feel they're a little overwhelming. And you can enable it if you feel down the road, hey, I really was using it more than I thought. Additionally, TBot, as you can see, the videos tab right there. If we go to the videos, here's something that TBot had recommended, saying, hey, check this out. There's some videos that you might find useful. All these videos are basically 1 or 2 minute introductions of certain topics. The Teams and Channels video, as well as using tabs and onboarding your team, I find particularly valuable. But those are a great resource for you to get started and find out more information on what Teams is and how you can use it and how it works. So as a review, we talked through what Teams is and how it provides that environment for people to come together and chat and create and collaborate and work together, that the teams can create channels for specific topics as opposed to just the general tab on the topics that they find useful and what they think they need to focus on, whether it's a project or any specific topic. We can do those chats and share our files, as well as doing meetings, whether it's a real-time meeting starting now or scheduling a meeting in the future. And we can use other Microsoft Office tools such as Planner to track the progress of a project and see how things are going through other applications. As far as our next webinar, please look for an email with our next topic and the next webinar of the month. And please provide any feedback through the chat or directly via email regarding any future topics on webinars that you would like to attend. So also follow us through social media for updates and information on the next webinars and you know what Intelice will be putting out via social media. And finally, you know, feel free to contact me directly. You can email me with any of those questions. Be happy to follow up with our team and get answers to anything that you need answers to on Microsoft Teams, or if there's any other topic in Office 365, you can contact me directly on my direct line or email. Concludes the webinar on Microsoft Teams. Thank you everybody for your participation.